Welcome to my first portfolio update of 2024. So hopefully you watched my end of 2023 portfolio update. That was my first year of investing. This is now the start of my second year. So we're going to go into this, look at my stocks, compare my stocks to last year, and then also see how many stocks I bought already from the end of last year till now. So I'll have two comparisons, 2023 and then 2024, and you see how much my stocks have grown already in just 1 month. So let's dive straight into my portfolio. So for my portfolio, I use Trading 212. You can join me also on Trading 212. The link is in the description box below. If you sign up today, invest just £1 and you could receive up to £100 in free shares. You can sell those shares and just keep the money. It's completely up to you, but the link is in the description box below. So the start of last year, finished the year, my portfolio was currently sat at 13,100, around there, so £13,100. I finished the year with my portfolio. Sold a couple of shares, a couple of stocks, and then now we're diving into this year. So already 30 days into the new year, I'm already up to 15,000. So my goal last year was to invest £15,000. I hit 13, which I'm pretty happy with. 13,000 invested in my first year. If I can keep this up, then we'll be in a good place in 10, 20 years. Like I said, my portfolio currently sat at £15,672. That's my portfolio value. I've invested £15,267. So my portfolio is currently up 2.6%, which is just shy of £400. So just hit £400. So my portfolio is currently up £400, which is pretty good. Hopefully it keeps doing this over the year, and this is a bull year for us. So if we can scroll down, you'll see my portfolio has changed a lot. Like I said, I sold a lot of stocks last year, and now I've basically, these are my main stocks going forward. Hopefully I might buy a couple or sell a couple, just depends how the market goes. But AbbVie, we got one share, which is currently up 7%, which is lovely. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, this is a new one for the year, diving into the AI stocks now. Got 0.63 shares of that. That is currently up 18%, which is already doing well. Aviva is 210 shares, and that is also up 6%, 6.5%. Bank of America, 6 shares of Bank of America, and that is up 10%. Coca-Cola, 12%, and that is down 1%. QYLP, which is the UK version of QYLD, 115 shares, and that is currently up 0.5%, which is good. As long as that stays within that range, I'm happy with that. The goal for that is the dividends and reusing those dividends to boost my portfolio. Greencoat, this is a new stock of mine. Got 122 shares of Greencoat. That is down 1.69%. That was in the green. That is bouncing back and forth the line, I think. Yeah, so as you can see there, the dotted line, it keeps bouncing back and forth between that line, that average line. As long as it stays there, I'm happy. We have EQQQ, which is basically a based on the NASCAR 100. Again, that's got a lovely growth. As you can see here, it's constantly on the up, which is why I bought into that. It's also an ETF. This is a new one I bought this week. As you can see, I invested £58 into it, and I've got 0.17 shares. That's currently down 0.14%. Legal and General, 300 shares. That is probably my most shares. That is up 5%, which I'm quite happy with. That is a UK stock and a good dividend paying stock. So hopefully that stays in the green and keeps growing. Main Street Capital, 6 shares, and that is up just shy of 10%. It is 9.8%. This Main Street, I am investing £1 a day for a year, and just see what happens with that. Last year it was £5, basically £1 a day for Monday to Friday. This year I'm doing Monday to Sunday, so 7 days a week, £1 a day into Main Street, and I'm just going to see how that what happens with that going forward over the year. Microsoft, haven't really touched Microsoft, bought any shares in that, just due to the height of the share at the moment. I've got 3 shares and it's currently up 30%. I don't really want to chuck a load of money into that, and my average just goes sky high. And then again, another AI stock here, 0.25 shares, and that is up 15%. Those are my 2 AI stocks, as well as Microsoft as well. Realty Income, 80 shares, and that is down 6%. It was climbing back up. It was doing quite well. As you can see, it climbed up. I thought it was going to keep climbing. Unfortunately, it went back into a down phase, which I don't mind, because my goal is to get to 100. So if I can get to 100 and drop my average, then I'm happy with that. I got the FTSE All World High Dividend Yield, 101 shares of that. That is currently up 3.97%, so just shy of 4%. And then the S&P 500, 20 shares in that, and that is up 5%. So a lot of these I've increased quite a lot this year, this month I should say. My goal was to get the All World to 100 shares, which I done. It was at like 96 at the end of last year. Realty Income, goals to get that to 100 this year. I'm doubling down on that. What else was a goal of mine? Aviva and Legal and Generals, to get them to 100 shares. Aviva is now at 200 and Legal and Generals at 300. So this year, like I said, ticker O, goals to get that to 100 shares, and then just let the dividends grow. Then I'm going to double down, and the S&P 500 is just to pump as much money into that as possible. It's currently at a all-time high, so we'll just see how that goes so far. So that's how my portfolio is doing. A lot of green, which is good to see. If we jump across to my interest quickly, we're currently sat at 5% interest, so whatever I hold in my free cash, I will get 5% interest on daily. Jump over to payments, and you can see here are all my payments I receive. So I try and keep some money in my free cash if I can, and then just let the interest keep building. It's a couple of pennies, but all the pennies do slowly add up over time. If we jump into dividends, see what dividends I earned this month. So this month, it's not a big month. Realty Income paid me £10.59. That got reinvested straight back into it. Main Street, 91p. Again, that got reinvested. And then the QYLP paid me £12.95. Again, that got reinvested. That is pretty much the price of one share currently. So one share of QYLP is £12. So every month, if it keeps paying me £12, I will keep getting a free share. And it pays out, it's a monthly paying dividend. So like I said, if this keeps paying me monthly, I will keep getting a free share monthly. At the end of the year, I will have 12 free shares. And again, each share I get, the more I'll get paid. So at the end of the year, I'll have 12 free shares. Those 12 shares will pay me more dividends. That dividends will keep growing. Then I'll start buying, the dividends will start buying 2 shares, and then that'll keep going, and 3 shares. And you can see how this can start doubling and basically just grows arms and legs by itself. This month alone, I think I've invested, I'd say over £2,000 I've invested already. As you can see here, the 3rd of Jan, £100. 4th of Jan, £130. 5th of Jan, £200 and then £30. 8th of Jan, £1,000. 9th of Jan, 14. 10th of Jan, 61. 12th, 30. The 15th, 95. 17th, 93. 18th, 30. 22nd, 38. 24th, 520, and also 40. So that is pretty much every 2-3 days I'm pumping money into my portfolio and just seeing how that grows going forward. And then here you can see all my buys and sells. So you can see if we scroll down to the start of the month, where we go in. So 2nd of Jan, I bought Ticker O, Bank of America, Main Street Capital, QILP. That's pretty much my weekly buys. So every week I invest £30, and this is roughly how it goes. Depending on how the stock market is, where my stocks are sat at is where I'll invest. But I'll always invest in Main Street. Like I said, I invest £7 a week, so that will always be there. That 96p is uninvested dividends, which got reinvested with this. Again, Ticker O, £10 every week. Try and get that 100 shares as quick as possible. And then I started doubling down on Ticker O. So the 3rd, I invested £100. That bought me 2 shares. The next day, I invested another £100. That bought me another 2 shares. The 5th of Jan, I invested quite a bit here. As you can see, Avira, I bought 23. Bought 2 shares of the FTSE All-World High Dividend. Greencoat. So I sold BHP. I had 3 shares of BHP. I sold that, made a profit on that, and then reinvested into Greencoat. Basically, it pays exactly the same dividend. So I think it's like 5.5% dividend it pays. Sold 3, got 107 shares. UK paying dividend as well, so it's tax-free for myself, and it's green. Basically, green renewable energy, Greencoat is. And then the QLP, I bought 2 shares there. Avira, 2 shares. Main Street, again, my weekly paying dividend, weekly buy. Bank of America, 1. Coca-Cola, 3. Realty Income, 4. And then basically topping up my AI stocks. QLP, 3. Avira, 28. Phoenix, 2. S&P 500, 4. FTSE All-World High Dividend, 2. Greencoat, 3. I sold Rio Tinto. I only had £28 sat in it, and it was in the green, so I just sold that and basically reinvested it across other pies really, other dividends. Greencoat 10, and just topping up little ones now and again, like extra cash. Realty Income is another stock share there. Realty Income again, Realty Income again, Realty Income again. So this here was basically just a round up to one share. So I bought these and I was like 0.1 away from a full share. So I basically just bought that, so I rounded it up to a full share. My weekly buy of Main Street, Abbey, again there 0.13. Legal & General, 18 shares. I sold Redwood. I had this the start of this was like one of the first dividends or stocks I bought back in 2023. It was paying me like a 12% dividend. I put like £100 into it. It was paying me like £4 every quarter, which was I've reinvested into a different stock. But I just thought it was pointless having that, so I sold it for 120, and then just basically put that into a long-term investment stock I was holding. Realty 1, Realty 2 again, more AI stocks. FTSE All withheld dividend again. Realty 1, QLP 1, Greencoat 1. Realty Income, Main Street, QLP 1, Realty 1, Legal & General 82, so that took me up to 300 shares then. QLP 3 shares, Coca-Cola 2 shares, Realty Income 3, which take me up to 80. And all that's what I bought yesterday to round out this month of investing. So like I said, I've invested pretty much £2,000 this month alone. Probably won't be able to keep that up going forward. Hopefully I can, and get this portfolio sat at 30,000. So the goal is to get £30,000 into this portfolio by the end of this year. So hopefully that can happen. We'll see what happens, but again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit this like button, also subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.